And I think we're live. Hello and good afternoon and welcome to Sophie's big fundraising quiz. I hope you can all see me and my marvelous jacket. Look at that. Of course, for those of you not based in the UK or an adjacent time zone, I should also say good morning, good evening, or if you've realized it's past your bedtime and you have better things to do, good night. I wanted to model this on a typical pub quiz, which we do a lot in the UK, but was told to remove all swear words and beer. But the format remains simple and the same. We have 4 rounds, 3 of them devoted to the wonderful world of fundraising and 1 general knowledge round. And the best way to play is using 2 screens. One to stream me and my ridiculous jacket, and one to play on Warp Point, which you should have a link to. So you can use 2 computers if you have 2 computers, or play the quiz on your phone. That's a very good way to do it. I'm just checking the technical side. It seems that I'm being heard by someone in Thailand, but not by someone in St. Neots, Cambridgeshire. How peculiar. We have several great prizes on offer for the top 3 players, from the best fundraising books available to a wonderful working from home hamper via free access to upcoming IWITOTs, and I'll have more on the latter later. Above all, your ticket purchase will go to keeping SOFII running. We're a free-to-access site, but not free to run. So we depend on generous people like Jarl to survive. And yes, I did say Jarl, I'm auditioning for a role as a middle-aged woman from Georgia in my next life. We are so grateful for your support. Don't forget that you can already get tickets to our flagship live event. I wish I'd thought of that, aka IWITOT, which will be taking place on Zoom on July 15th. There are going to be loads of superb speakers, some great fundraising ideas shared, and once again, me in a silly jacket, although maybe not this one. And I think so far we only have 3 speakers, so I may have to go through this again. 3 attendees rather, not speakers. That was all a bit of a waste of time, but I hope you can I hope you can hear me all right, and I hope you can see my screen, which includes the quiz. But I was going to say I now shall channel my inner Bruce Forsyth / Liberace and sashay us into round 1, but I think we may need to wait a bit. But you're all welcome. This is the great fundraising quiz. What we're going to do, and I'll talk through the rounds for those of you who are here. The first round is basically about fundraising in 2020. As you all know, it was a very, very strange year, and fundraisers and charities in general had to really step up to the plate and think of innovative new ways to reach their donors without being too pushy. You know, we've had questions on SOFII about whether it's the right time to be asking for legacies because, well, people are suffering and passing away. Is it the right time to bring that into the fundraising? And the answer seems to be yes. People seem to have been more generous, even at a time when people are being furloughed, people are losing their jobs, the economy's locking down. So there's an amazing sort of panoply of things that one can do as a fundraiser. And that was all sort of put into sharp focus during the pandemic. And so that's going to be round 1. So it's just going to be a few questions on some of the exciting things that people did in the world of fundraising in response to the pandemic. Round 2 is going to be all about fundraising fundamentals and you know, the basis. Oh, I might have got that round the wrong way. Can't remember. Anyway, the 2 other fundraising rounds are going to be based on fundraising history, great campaigns from past and the not too distant past, and sometimes the very, very, very far past. So it'll be very interesting to see if you have studied your fundraising history. And don't forget, there is the SOFII History Project, which is a core part of our website, and that is where you should have picked up all the knowledge you need on the history of fundraising. So there'll be 5 questions on that, and then there'll be 5 questions on the fundamentals of fundraising. So, you know, that's your basics, and I hope you've done all your homework on those things and that you've got the experience to know what is the key factors of certain aspects of fundraising. And then there's going to be general, I almost said general ignorance, but this is not an episode of QI. I meant general knowledge. So that will be questions on all sorts of subjects like geography and history and flags, I think. And, ooh, I forgot. Goodness me. The other round is going to be is going to be charity logos. You'll have to identify charity logos, some famous ones, for you to just show that you know what the great charities look like, at least from their logos. So we've got 10 minutes to go. And so we started a little bit early, at least for certain participants. And of course, the quiz is going to launch automatically at 1 o'clock. So I'm hoping that people will be prepared. I also hope that you'll take the opportunity to donate to SOFII. Like I say, you know, we are free to access, but not free to run. And it's always a bit tricky for us, particularly in the time of pandemic. You know, like all charities, we've struggled at times over the course of the coronavirus pandemic. And so, you know, any generosity you can throw our way will be greatly appreciated and will be garnered with due thanks. So with and now we've got a new attendee. This is fantastic. So we're up to six attendees tuning in early ahead of the quiz. So for person number 6, I'm going to run back through the model. Like I say, I've been trying to base it on a traditional English, British. We still have a Britain for the time being. Not for long if Scotland has their way. Pub quiz. But of course, we're not in a pub. This could be a pub. It's got beams. And of course, there's no alcohol because it's a bit on the early side. All I'm drinking, Coke Zero. That's not a plug, although it is jolly fine. So we're trying to model it on a traditional British pub quiz. So there's going to be 4 rounds, beg your pardon. 1 round on fundraising in 2020, 1 round on fundraising history and basics, the fundamentals of fundraising, 1 round on charity logos, and 1 round on general knowledge. So I hope you've got your screens at the ready. For all of you who have joined since I started blethering on like a useless puppet in a bad ventriloquist act, we have got some great, so the way to do it is you should have your Warp Point open, which is the website through which, who have kindly taken us through how to run this quiz, big fundraising quiz. And you can see the link on my screen there, actually, to get your questions. And you can stream it all on YouTube. The link is also there. And that way you'll be able to compare yourselves to others. I hope that you are willing to go all the way and that you will be able to channel all that experience that you have had over the years or months or weeks, I don't know how long you've been in the job, to get into some great fundraising knowledge. And you will have some great prizes on offer. So there's going to be some fundraising books, which of course I would say as the publisher of those books that they are the best fundraising books available. We've got this working from home hamper, which includes lots of nice little goodies for you to check out and to help you through your working from home day. So it's food and I'm hoping there's a bottle of gin in there, but I doubt it somehow. And of course, lots of access to our Iwitots. So Iwitot, well, what is Iwitot? Iwitot is I Wish I'd Thought of That, which is SOFII's flagship event, which will be taking place on July the 15th. As I've mentioned, apologies for those of you who've tuned in from the get-go. I've already mentioned Iwitot, but it's worth plugging again. It's a great event. There'll be an array of speakers, all having 7 minutes, just 7 minutes, to celebrate a fundraising idea that they wish they'd thought of. It's going to be on Zoom because we're still in the era of coronavirus, sadly. But it's a great fun, and I'll be co-hosting with last year's winner, Megan Townsend, who was a brilliant speaker, and she will be dressed slightly less ridiculously. So that's very nice. We are gearing up now. We've got 6 minutes to go. So I will see. Oh, we've got a new arrival. Welcome to SOFII's big fundraising quiz. I hope you are strapped in, ready. And of course, apart from some of the prizes you can win, you can also lord it over your colleagues if you beat them in the rankings. So it's a very quick process, shouldn't take more than half an hour, maybe a bit more. And oh, I'm already getting some comments. So whilst I am going through my spiel, I'm going to look at some of the comments. It's nice to see that people can hear me. And oh, hello, Angelique from Vietnam. What is the time in Vietnam? It must be quite late. So good evening. And I'm glad you like this jacket. It is very, very heavy though. So I probably will take it off, but not set to some sort of music from the Full Monty. I'll just pop it off and reveal something even more silly underneath. It looks like I've got a bib made out of stars. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So, fundraising quiz. So it's going to be four rounds. I can keep forgetting. 4 rounds, one on fundraising in 2020 and how different charities responded to the crisis. Second round will be on the fundamentals of fundraising. Then there's going to be a logos round and a general knowledge round, but not necessarily in that order. Oh, it's 7 p.m. in Vietnam. I thought it was later than that, but it's still, you know, you could be out. It's Friday evening. You could be out in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City. I'm not sure where, I can't remember where you're based, Angelique. And you could be out enjoying the nice cranberry juice or something stronger. And instead, you've tuned into the quiz. So we're eternally grateful. Thank you so much, Angelique. And thank you to everyone else who's tuned in. So far, 7 of you. Which is fantastic. But I'm imagining that most people will tune in 4 minutes. So I'm going to get gearing up for that. I'm just going to do some exercises. I don't know what that is. That's the pigeon. That's the pigeon move. Just a little stretching there. So I hope you are all got all your thoughts ready. I hope you've got your 2 screens. Like I said, the best way to enjoy the quiz is one screen with me and this stream on YouTube, and one of the it's not an app, but the site of where the questions and answers go up and you get to pick your answers. It's best to have it on 2 screens, just makes it easier rather than scrolling between the 2. I think we tried it with 2 screens and also someone using it with a Walk Point quiz on the phone. So it's just, you know, touch screen. We've all got our touch screens these days. And so that's probably the best way to play. I will say, just for the record, the questions are pretty easy. It's all a bit of fun, but it's also informative. You get to learn a bit. I mean, I'm not a fundraiser, at least I wasn't when I started out in this job. And I've learned a lot just from the questions that were put together by my colleague, Rachel. So, and I want to, as we get ready to go in and the numbers going up, we're up to 8 now, 8 participants. Woo! I just want to throw out some thanks. I want to thank Walk Point and Ian at Walk Point for helping us and guiding us through this. My talent with technology is basically limited to the gears on a bike, and I'm not even very good at using those, as I discovered yesterday cycling back from the pub. I was exhausted. So, you know, technology is not my forte. So thank you very much to Ian for talking us through this and getting this all set up. It's fantastic system. I want to say thank you to my colleagues Joanna and Carolina, who are the brains behind this. I am just the pretty face. And so thank you very much to them for helping organize this, putting it out, getting the word out there on social media and through our weekly updates. I hope we've got some good quiz team names, by the way, because I saw that in the last update. I quite like Quiz Team Aguilera. So thank you to Joanna and Carolina, and a huge thank to Rachel Moore, who is one of our trustees at SOFII, who has been coordinating us. We've been doing weekly meetings to get it this smooth. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all the work that goes behind this rambling introduction? And so that's thank you to Rachel. She also edited the questions with me, so that's been fantastic. So thank you very much. And we've got 2 minutes to go. So for the latest arrivals, just a reminder, there are 4 rounds, 3 on fundraising, 1 general knowledge. The best way to play is using 2 screens, as I've said, 1 to stream me and the questions, and 1 to answer on the Walk Point site with the links. They're currently on the screen in front of you, next to my face, if you can distract yourself away from the jacket. And the rather nice paintings behind me. Who knew my family had such good taste? Evidently not me. And we've got some great prizes coming up, and I want to thank you for your purchases of tickets for this event, because without something like this, without the generosity, we would not be able to keep SOFII running. And we've got 1 minute to go now until the quiz starts officially. Ooh, we've got players online, 12. Oh, so 12 players looking at the quiz and 8 people looking at me. I understand the 4. And also remember that you can get your tickets for Iwitot. I wish I'd thought of that. Our flagship event, which is going to be on July the 15th, taking place via online, obviously a virtual quiz. And if it's anything like last year's one, it's going to be brilliant. And we've got speakers from across Europe. So that's really, really exciting. So without further ado, I am going to start channeling my inner Bruce Forsyth / Liberace / I wish I could be as cool as RuPaul, but I can't. But I will say sashay into round one, and the quiz is about to begin. Here you go. Let's just hope you're all getting in sync. This is quite exciting. And we're about to show you a countdown. When it reaches 0, press the button on your screen. And it's nice to see that people can give comments to me. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're into round one, which is about fundraising in 2020. Which small charity in America, championed at IWITOP 2020, allowed donors to add a goat to their Zoom meetings? Was it the Little House of Goats in Oklahoma, Sweet Farm, California, the Goat Hostel, Arkansas, or Happy Clappy Family Farm in Florida? Ooh. And so what have people put? I get to see what your answers are. Oh, and we've got a tie. The Goat Hostel, Arkansas, or the Little House of Goats in Oklahoma. And the answer was Sweet Farm, California. And I just noticed that the guy in the top middle, he looks really unimpressed with that. He doesn't like the goat. Whereas I would laugh like the people at the top right and top left and left, everyone else, but he's on, I don't want a goat. So what have we got? Oh, up at the top, Innovation Matt and Angelique. Oh, Angelique is right up there. And also the points are awarded to speed of answer. Which major charity in the UK picked up on the idea, but with a different furry friend? Was it the Terence Higgins Trust with platypuses, Cancer Research UK with capybaras, ActionAid with camels, or Marie Curie UK with alpacas? What is a capybara? I wrote the question. I should really know that. And so what have you all put? Oh, 100% have gone for Marie Curie UK with alpacas. Interesting. And you are, of course, correctly Correctington. So that is very exciting. The current leader is Angelique. Yes. Marie Curie UK fundraisers love the Sweet Farm idea at IWITOP 2020. And they did it with alpacas. Lovely, lovely alpacas. I don't really know what an alpaca is either. So, the points are racking up. Everyone's got points. Well done, everyone. University challenged. I like that. Innovation Matt doing very well. Angelique still out in front. And Fanchuli as well doing very well. How much money did Captain Sir Tom Moore raise for the NHS by walking around his garden? And there is the legendary man himself. Did he raise £25, £1,000, £32 million, or £10 million? Obviously, I think we can discount £25. But what a hero he is, he was, and RIP Captain Tom. And you've all gone for 32 million is in the lead, and the answer is 32 million. That is correct, and he was aiming to raise £1,000. Can you imagine that? And it was for his 100th birthday. Amazing, amazing man, and much missed. Fantastic. Oh, and Emma Rowe, I'm glad that you would like the idea for THT. There you go. I could be your head of fundraising. No, not really. And Angelique, oh, wow, 1369. What happened in 1369? Who knows? What charity inspired donors during the pandemic with their video, We Are One Crew? Was it the RNLI? That should be RNLI, Royal National Lifeboats Institute, not association. UNICEF, Oxfam, or ActionAid? And apologies to the RNLI for getting their name wrong. That's on me. I'm not quite sure why those people are hugging a rotten apple, but maybe it's meant to be the earth or a heart. Right. Oh, so again, the RNLI is favorite choice. We Are One Crew. Some people put ActionAid, and you are correct. It is the RNLI. Again, apologies to them. If any of you are tuning in from the RNLI, that is a bit embarrassing. We Are One Crew, hugging an apple / heart / earth. Very nice. So congratulations on the current leaderboard. Oh, so Rob, 204 Sleeps Till Quizmas. I'm liking that name. And Innovation Matt up 15-14. Ooh. With Italy's hospitals facing financial crisis, what did the country's fundraisers do? Did they do a charity single of Nessun Dorma? Oh, Italia 90. A cupcake baking competition, a crowdfunder that raised 120,000 euros, or a fundraising task force to assist the hospitals? Nessun Dorma. What a beautiful song. Pavarotti. And so we've gone to charity single. So charity single comes out tops in your minds, and then crowdfunder, and it's a fundraising task force. Amazing contribution by the Fundraisers of Italy, with Jobs for Good and ASIF creating a task force during the pandemic to bring together over 40 fundraisers who volunteered to help hospitals manage crowd-funded donations and stewardship. That's quite amazing, isn't it? Oh, 204 Sleeps Till Christmas. Gotta do better. And Innovation Matt storming ahead, still on 1514. What happened in 1514? What are the 3 types of face-to-face fundraising? We're into the basics of fundraising and the history. Shouting, hectoring, and pleading. Street, private site and door-to-door. Garden park and swimming pool. Or car park, nudist camp and casino. I hope you didn't put nudist camp. I mean, where would you keep the money? And so what have we all got? What have we all gone for? Should know it's the fundamentals of fundraising. And we've got 100% for street, private site and door-to-door, which is, of course, correct. Yes, you wouldn't go around to people's gardens. It's barbecue season. Don't interrupt. Face-to-face fundraising still works. Talking to people on the street, in a shopping centre, or even on their doorstep is a great way to engage and attract new supporters. There you go. And the current leaderboard. Oh, it's moving in very, very different directions. So everyone got that right, but it depends on the speed of answer. Innovation Matt going like the clappers. Oh, we're into the fundamentals of fundraising in history. Which Roman first came up with the idea of matched donations? Was it Cicero, Julius Caesar, AS Roman striker Francesco Totti, or Pliny the Younger? Francesco Totti was a brilliant player. Yeah, and he played until well into his 40s, always for the same club. Anyway, football knowledge. Who knew with this jacket, hey? And the answers you have given, someone's put Francesco Totti, which I am pleased with as a football fan. And we've got a tie for Julius Caesar and Pliny the Younger. And it was Pliny the Younger. And there's the word Romans, just you know. Pliny the Younger, perhaps the most generous benefactor of the Roman era, created a matching fund to help parents in his hometown to fund their school. There you go. And that was way AD something or other. And the leaderboard. It's still Innovation Matt at 1959. Oh, my godmother was born in 1959. What is attrition in relation to fundraising? The rate at which donors hang up on phone fundraisers, the rate at which coffee is drunk in the office kitchen, the rate at which donors cancel their gift, or the rate at which donors stop signing up for emails. We don't like attrition, do we? So what have we got? I don't drink coffee, but I do know that people go through it like there's no tomorrow. And you've all gone for the rate at which donors cancel their gift. Well, let's see. And yes, you are all correct. All those who answered, you are correct. It is the rate at which donors cancel their gift. And we are constantly fighting attrition, as you all will know only too well. So go on to SOFII to find the right tips to avoid attrition being such an issue. And we've got University Challenge 1946, and we've got Craig at 2303 and Innovation Matt at 2400. Well done, Innovation Matt. Which British charity held the country's first ever street collection? Was it Oxfam, ActionAid, the RNLI, got it right that time, or Cancer Research UK? Ooh, now which one was it? Do you know your fundraising history? Have you been tuning in to SOFII's History Project, where you have all of this information is stored in a bunch of case studies and articles? And what have we all gone for? Most of you have gone for Oxfam, but there's equal sharing for ActionAid and RNLI. And it was the RNLI. Absolutely. Great RNLI. Wonderful charity. Boats capsizing and an appalling loss of life in 1886 led to the invention of a fundraising classic that is still raising millions today. And I think that's supposed to be read more about this gem of fundraising on SOFII, not on SO. I don't know who SO is. And it's still very close at the top. Look at that, between University Challenge and Innovation Matt. There's very little in it. And question 10 in the fundamentals in history. How did UNICEF launch its fundraising? Was it a block party in downtown Geneva? Was it a Christmas card, a corporate deal with the paperclip manufacturer, or a child sponsorship program? I've never been to a block party. I think I'd quite like it. I think I would. Maybe if Block Party themselves were playing. That's a rock band for those of you who are as old as me. And we've got a slight advantage for Christmas cards, but child sponsorship program coming up second. And it was a Christmas card. Yes, indeedio. That's the first time I've ever used the word indeedio. A drawing by an 8-year-old girl in 1964 actually started one of world fundraising's success story. One of the world's fundraising success stories. Read more about it on SOFII. So, hello, Claire James. Craig there, Emma. So you've got to get those platypuses going. University Challenge has now stepped up and taken over. Oh, and we're on to general knowledge. What is the northernmost country capital in the world? Is it Helsinki, Moscow, Reykjavik, or who'd have thought it? London. I'm getting an echo. Someone is watching this in the house, so I can hear myself. Oh dear. So is it Helsinki, Moscow, Reykjavik, or surprise, surprise, London? Very pleased no one put London, and very pleased no one put Moscow, because it is Reykjavik, only country capital situated within the Arctic Circle. I've been there. It's a wonderful place. It is the capital city of Iceland, of course. Lovely, lovely, lovely place. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. And also, look at how the board is shaping up. 204 sleeps till Christmas has just rocketed up to the top. This is very tight. How exciting. This one is a bit of an interesting one. What do parent koalas feed their newborns? Is it A, their own excrement, eucalyptus leaves, dreams of becoming real bears, or they get all the necessary nutrients in the womb? I dreamt I was a bear once. A lot of honey. A lot of honey. And the answers you've given, so it's eucalyptus leaves. Well, that would be seem the logical answer, but it was in fact their own excrement. Yes, baby koalas cannot form the necessary nutrients on food, so they eat liquefied form of its mother's feces known as pap. Isn't that disgusting? Still, keeps them alive, and koalas are very, very cute. And so, who's at the top of the board now? It's Craig. Craig is rocketing back up. So Craig, that makes me think you knew about pap, which is worrying. Question 13. How old was Queen Victoria when she took the throne? Was she 18, 20, 37, or 45? Bearing in mind that she reigned for over 60 years, so 45 would be unusual. But stranger things have happened, or have they? And what have you all gone for? What have you all gone for? Exciting. And most of you have gone for 20. Most of you gone for 20, with the rest of you going for 18. And the correct answer was 18. She was just a teenager. Imagine that. Must have been an extraordinary experience for her. Yes, because her father's... okay, I've just had nice comment there from Supporter Experience, who I'm thinking referencing the pap. You said it, not me, Craig. And universally challenged. Sorry, I've been getting that wrong since the beginning. Oh, it's very tight at the top. Question 14. Who won the 2018 Football World Cup? Was it England, France, Germany, or, in a surprise turnout, very much the underdogs, Cornwall? Who was it? What was it? Germany would be my bet. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't, because I know the answer. Oh, I've given it away. Oh, sorry about that. No one's put Cornwall. Oh, and it's out in the lead for France. No one put England. And it was France. Les Bleus won it. And they look set to win this 2020 Euros this year, because they have got a damn fine team. Overcoming Croatia. Yes, who knocked out England in the semi-finals. And so at the top, oh, Kenny B. I thought that was Kenny G for a minute. And Craig is now back up on top with 3,499. Which of these is not a real place? Is it Misaksetafet, the mountains of Kong, Made Upperoo, or, trick question, they're all real. Is it Misaksetafet, the mountains of Kong, Made Upperoo, or they're all real? And you've gone overwhelmingly for they're all real. Interesting. And it's the mountains of Kong. A cartographer decided he couldn't be bothered to find out what was situated south of the Sahara. So he decided to just put in the mountains of Kong and say there's this huge mountain range. And that's why it's not bothering finding out what is south of Mali. Lazy, 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 lazy colonial person. And Craig is up 3,499 and universally challenged at 3,481. Oh, we're on to the logos round. Whose logo is this? Christian Aid, Cancer Research UK, crisis, or, and we're back on that subject, the British Society of Colonoscopy Survivors. I hear you, my brothers and sisters. So was it Christian Aid, Cancer Research Crisis, or the British Society of Colonoscopy Survivors? And you've all gone for Cancer Research, apart from, oh, someone's gone for Crisis. And the answer was Cancer Research UK, of course. And it has become one of the most recognized in the UK, according to this little blurb. Indeed it has, indeed it has. They do wonderful, wonderful work. Current leaderboard, Kenny B, Tony Lee. Look at all those good scores all round. Look, Craig, look at Craig. University Challenge and Innovation Matt. Got to do this. Whose logo is this? Panda Rescue International, Greenpeace, WWF, or the Society for Monochrome Beings, representing pandas, penguins, and goths? Is it Panda Rescue International, Greenpeace, WWF, or the Society for Monochrome Beings? Also silent film stars. Not silent films, I meant I meant black and white films. Oh well, joke almost worked. And you've all gone for WWF, of course. It's iconic WWF, the panda. Yes, it's very, very, very famous. It's very cute. Iconic, I think is the word. And question, I can't remember which one we're on. Oh, Claire Jane. Oh, hello, Meredith. Sorry, the board goes so quickly, I don't notice everyone. University Challenge, Innovation, Matt and Craig very much at the top there. Whose logo is this? Is it Save the Children, Feed the Children, World Vision, or UNICEF? Save the Children, Feed the Children, World Vision, or UNICEF? And thanks to Save the Children and Feed the Children, of course, we can do both. So is it Save the Children, Feed the Children, World Vision, or UNICEF? Society for Monochrome Beings is a band name if ever I heard it, says Emma. I agree. I think I'm going to have to copyright it. And you've all gone mostly for Save the Children, and you are absolutely correct. It exists to help every child reach their full potential. And this logo fronts every campaign. Wonderful, wonderful organization. Wonderful, wonderful organization. Like all of the ones that we have actually brought up, including the monochrome beings, you know, I mean, they deserve respect. And whose flag is this? Is it the RNLI, the Royal Fusiliers, the British Legion, or Gibraltar? Who need the money after Brexit? Is it the RNLI, Royal Fusiliers, British Legion, or Gibraltar? It's a lovely flag, isn't it? It's got an anchor. Is that a clue? Gibraltar is by the sea. And we've gone for the RNLI, vast majority, but someone's gone for the British Legion, who do have a flag as well, but it is indeed the RNLI. Congratulations. Well done, everyone. Well done, well done. Craig, current leader still. Wow. And it also features the letters RNLI, but we photoshopped them out because, well, that would have been silly, really, wouldn't it? We don't want to make it too easy for you. So is Craig still out on top? Yes, but it's so tight. It's so tight. Come on, University Challenge. Come on, Innovation Matt. Come on, 204 Sleeps. And finally, last question. Ooh, whose logo is this? Is it the Oxford Union Foundation Trust, the Origami Society, the Friends of the Earth, or Oxfam? Whose logo is this? Is it the Oxford Union Foundation Trust? Is it Oxfam? Is it Friends of the Earth, the Origami Society? And what have you all gone for? Overwhelmingly, you've gone for Oxfam. Of course, it's not the Origami Society because they folded. I'm proud of that one. And it is indeed Oxfam. Yes. And it's recognizable to donors around the world. And that is the last question, I think. 20 questions. 20 questions in 20 minutes. That's a minute a question. Awaiting final answers and the final leaderboard. Commiserations to Claire, Vantuli, Robin, Tony, Meredith, Emma. And the winner is Universally Challenged, 5,821, just ahead of Innovation Matt and Craig. And you have all raised for us the very, very kind sum of £219.93. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for our winners, someone will be in touch to tell you what you've won. It will be a collection of books, a hamper, and some Iwitop tickets, just a whole gamut of wonderful, wonderful presents. And congratulations to Universally Challenged for coming first, Innovation Matt for coming second, and Craig for coming third. That was amazing. And thank you all for joining. I think that's pretty much all done. So congratulations to our winners. Thank you all for joining and for donating. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to doing this again if people want to. And our top donor, I think I should say our top donor, thank you very much to Meredith Niles. That's an absolute star. So thank you all very much and see you next time. Bye-bye.